So what is going on, folks? Mr. Soul Lover Man, we are in the building and we are live, baby. But I hope everybody out there's had a good Wednesday. I am messing with this thing. I'm trying to get it to work. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Let's see. That's going on. Alrighty. So how is everybody out there doing? How's life treating you in this brand new month of 2026 and all of that good stuff? So today we're talking about the spiritually gifted. Yes, so we are we are talking about the spiritually gifted. And I don't know, I was just thinking of something like, man, what can I get on here and talk about? And I don't know, that's what we're talking about, man. So we're talking about the spiritually gifted. Mm. Because if years ago somebody would have told me, hey, your spiritual journey, if somebody would have told me years ago, your spiritual journey is gonna look like X, Y, and Z. Your life is gonna be like X, Y, and Z. What is going on, Miss Wheat? I just saw you live a few minutes ago. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, but if somebody would have told me like years ago, today we're talking about the spiritually gifted. If somebody would told me years ago, like your life is gonna look like X, Y, and Z, and you're gonna have to go through blah blah blah. I don't know, cause in the beginning, when I was first told, the first inclination I had, I was like, oh wow, that sounds amazing. Like, oh, okay. But nobody gave me I don't know, nobody gave me like a blueprinted map of what it was gonna look like or what it could look like, because way back then it was really like no, internet or any of that stuff. You know what I mean? So nobody was, nobody told me about the loneliness, the not just the spiritual challenges that you go through, but also the mental part of it that you have to go through, and that you have to overcome the loneliness, and you being an individual that has a giving heart. And if this is your first time watching yours truly, don't forget to subscribe wherever you're watching from. You having a giving heart, and still have to maintain life and the status quo, and the physical side of it. Knowing that, hey, how are you? So and knowing that, like, what I have gotten, what I have gone down that road, like what I have gone down that journey. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. On a it you know it comes with some amazing things. It really does. Like a lot of the stuff, um when you are spiritually gifted, spiritually chosen, you get to experience some amazing things. You really do. Things that people would really call, like, things that things that people would call like out of the ordinary. Yeah, things that people would call, like, out of the ordinary. And everybody's journey looks different. Everybody's gifts are different. Everybody's gifts are unique. Even though, if you wanna fruits of the spirit in a biblical sense, or if if you call yourself whatever, you know, but everybody's gifts really and truly look different. How you go through it, how you come out of it, the generational curses in your family, how bold, how bold you have to be in your walk, and you the interesting people that you meet, the stuff that they're into, how that may influence you, good bad, good bad or indifferent, how all of these things culminate, into your, how these things culminate into your journey and into your daily life, into your belief system. Some people have more of a closeness with God. Some people stop believing altogether, and they're just, so it's it's a flip of the coin. It really and truly is a flip of the coin. Like how you, what's going on, Miss Ashmore? How are you? Hope everybody out there had a pretty good Wednesday. But really and truly, it's a flip of the coin how you, how you come out of it. Um, and a lot of the time, it's like what you put into it is kind of like what you I'm good. I'm good. Just hanging out here with the folks on a big old Wednesday. So yeah, like what you put into it is really like a lot of times tried and true. Like what you get out of it. You know, um, what I would I give up? Would I want to give up knowing what I know? Going through it, no. Now, would I have loved to avoid some of the stuff? Probably so. Like for real. Especially like that, especially like the loneliness and the mental, it's just the mental stuff, and having to go through it, trying to explain it to people, really and truly trying to explain what you're going through, and which we are trying to explain your feelings, and having people not look at you as a Scooby Doo villain. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, and have people like, "Roo?" like because a lot of it's very true. A lot of people don't get it until they understand it or they see something. They're like, "Oh crap, that is real." Yeah, man. Like, what have I don't know, thousands of other people out there been trying to tell you this whole time? Like, yeah, it's it's very, yeah, it's very real. It is. And a lot of times, it comes with a sometimes it can come with a lot of jealousy, a lot of scrutiny, and people, um I guess, doubting who you are, doubting your abilities, and doubting your abilities and a lack thereof. But the important thing is, what do they say? It's not what they call you, but um it's not what they call you, but it's what you answer to. Or maybe in a sense with this is like, maybe in a sense with this is like who you answer to, because um, this journey, this journey is, it's always journeying. You're always moving, you're always like, you're always, it just feels like you're always being challenged. You're always, you're always like, leveling up, so to speak. And so some of it is unfair, but I know, like that, was it Justin Timberlake song "Cry Me a River"? I get it. People say, well, we sign up for this, and sometimes that's a hard pill or hard to believe because like I don't know if I would really sign up for all of this craziness, and that I would want to be, and to say like, wow, I would really want to be down here on the earth when all of this craziness is happening. Right. Yeah, always like, yeah, like always answering, like, always answering, to your higher self. And like we just like purposefully, just down here trying to just live, like that song, I'm living my best life. I ain't we just trying to really just trying to put one foot in front of the other. And we're really and truly we're trying to live our best life. Yeah, who you telling? I know. You see, it's like preaching to the choir. That one said adversity is the best way to learn, man. And does this come with a lot of adversity? It really does. It it helps you see it helps you see a lot of it helps you to see the real from the fake, and it helps you see that it doesn't just help you see it, it helps you like feel it, like really and truly. And maybe people that people that go through this, or yeah, people that go through this, I can understand why they just want to be to themselves, and why they just want to be left alone. And people who are truly who just have it, who have the gift, and who go on social media and try to help other people. And I mean people who truly have a calling on their lives. I mean those people. And it's not a lot of people, because a lot of people are faking it. But those that truly have the gift, and those that truly oh, thank you for the heart. Those who truly have the gift, and those who truly like step forward into the light, while learning and growing, and going through your own stuff, like each and every day, and all of that. Oh, hey, how are you? Yeah, so it's just it's wild, man. It is. We're talking about the spiritually gifted. So it's wild. It really and truly is. And it is. It is. It is amazing. It's a lot of things you can say, but it is sometimes it is just not easy. Like for real. And you can hear, like, you can go to the best, I don't know, oracles and this and that and prophets, and and hear stuff, and it'll get you excited for that moment. But it's like that next day, you still have to go through stuff. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Just decided to go live this evening because I was just kind of, I was just kind of hanging out. But yeah, um challenges I've seen people face, going through the mental stuff, what people call the midnight of the soul, where they have to dig deep, and they have to deal with where they have to deal with a lot of their traumas, and and that where they're going to have to be by themselves for a while. And they see a lot of people like disappearing. That those are those are some of the things that I see people go through. I've heard stories of people being committed. That's the other thing. Like if you don't come, if a lot of people just they have breakdowns, like psychologically, they can't handle it. Now I can understand, man. Like if you Watch that movie. I think it's called Constantine. That old movie with Keanu Reeves from way back when. Check that out, and that'll give you kind of like a sense of what people go through and all of that, man. It's interesting. What do you do to stay inspired? Personally, I take it one day at a time. I try, I do my best to try to stay thankful. I do. Um, I try not to get into that oh woe is me. I stay wrapped up. I try to stay wrapped up. Hey, how are you? I try to stay wrapped up as much as possible. I try to stay, wrapped up in my creative endeavors. I really do. Cause I don't know. I don't like bothering people. Cause I know, but boy, do people like throwing their stuff at me, and I think I got to a point where I've really limited that because I know everybody's going through something out here. You know what I mean? And I don't. Somebody asked me if I was a minister. That runs in my family. I'll say that. But maybe I know a part of me was probably put down here to minister to people in my own way. That's like Frank Sinatra song. I what is it? Oh, I'll do it my way. Something like that. So yeah, I always have to do it my way. That's just how that goes. What are your thoughts about my thoughts about where collective? I feel like we're coming to the crescendo, and I feel like a lot of people are gonna have breakthrough years and breakthrough seasons, and I feel like people, um, and I think that's what a lot of us ask. Those of us who were like we're truly like people say, hey, you're marked, not in a bad way, but you know, I, through your ancestry, you're chosen. Through God, you're chosen. Through all of that. I really feel like this year that this is going to be a really. I feel like for a lot of us that this is going to be a really really. I feel like this is going to be a great year. I do. I really and truly do. I feel like this is going to be a. I agree. I know the year is still what is today, like the 12th or the 13th. I don't know, but I really do feel like I really feel like that this is going to be a great year for those that have been chosen, because of what you've been through and how you've handled it. And this is really this starts your influx. This starts your season of this really and truly starts our season, of our overflow. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling coming up. Let's see. Just trying to read the comments. You feel that way in spite of what's happening in our government. Yeah, I do. Because I mean, even though the times feel insurmountable, God still moves like a thief in the night. Your ancestors are always with you, and you still have the power to bend and shape reality to your will. If you know anything. Hey, what's going on there, man? Did you make our breakfast this morning? But yeah, if you yeah, if you understand your power, if you understand, if you understand your power, if you understand your gifts, yeah. So I feel it's not gonna work out like that for everybody. Don't get me wrong. Some Some folks, they're better, their better years are behind them. It's gonna be a little rough for them, but for us who can, for us who can truly see, who can truly feel, who can call on the armies of the Lord, call on angels, and call on the deepest, the deepest of our ancestral ties, and have have like these supernatural, who've had like these supernatural encounters, like time and time again, yeah. I mean, it's not a feeling, it's a knowing. It's not necessarily like a feeling, it's a knowing, as to what's to come. That's not good. Somebody said they ain't cooking days. What? Man, but yeah. So but I understand. To whom much is given, much is required. I get that. I really and truly get that, and I'm at that point now where I heard a gentleman say this. He was golfing, and he hit the golf ball like on a basketball court, and some kid was like, "Hey man, don't you wish you were Tiger Woods?" And he said, "No." He said, "The only thing I really want to," he said, "the only person I want to be is myself, and I just want to live the greatest and best life I can, in the skin, in my own skin." And I felt that 100%, like really and truly, I felt that 100%, because that's just how I feel. How you feel, that's you. But because a lot, all right, ma'am. Yeah, but a lot of it is, a lot of it is just really and truly aligned with who you are, and who you are and whose you are. Like really and truly, moving forward for you. Like I'm not sure how your day went today. I I hope that you had a pretty cool day, but things are things for you are about to be like unbound, and things really and truly for you are about to be uh unbound and loosened in like so many different ways, so things things have to like grow and expand and get so beautiful and purposeful for you in your life, so that you can go and help other people and all of that good stuff. That's what comes with being, I guess, one of the gifted, one of the chosen, and all of that. So and not to not to say that not to say that it's easy, but it's I feel like I feel like it's worth it, because for me, I never what's going on, ma'am? How are you? I personally, I never wanted to be like the status quo. I didn't want to be like all of these, all of the other people that were around me. So, calling me different, great. I'll guilty as charged. Seriously, I never wanted to be like, I just never wanted to be like everybody else. But again, I live my life accordingly, and how you live your life, that's what that is. So you're a chain breaker. That's what that is. Those chains, in and around your life have been broken. You'll never hear me say, if Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So the you're a generational chain breaker. You're a chain mover. That's what that's what that is. I know sometimes we look at ourselves and we look at our lives and we're like, man, if I could, boy, if I could go back and do it all over again. Like, seriously. I think our older selves would tell like our older selves, I don't know, 10, 15 years from now would probably tell us, not to worry so much. Would really and truly would really and truly tell us not to worry so much and just like to really and truly understand like how how close we are to that to that major change that we've always been looking for, that we've always felt like we deserved, we desired, and all of the times that we've been passed up and passed over. But for that, I say thank you. Seriously. Like yeah. So, I say, I say thank you. So, let if the crazy people want to follow the crazy people, let them have fun. Oh, turn this off. There we go. Yeah. Nah, we don't want to do that. Yeah, but if the crazy people want to follow the crazy people, let them have fun, man. Because I can. I'm only here to do what I'm here to do, and that's just what it is, and I'm phenomenally fine with that. I am. I don't want to do what all these other people did, and whatever. That's just that's their thing. Your journey and your life looks like your journey and your life looks like what it is because it's purposeful. It just feels like but you're about to get a big yes, though. You're really and truly, Chris. You're about to get a big yes, in your life, and you're gonna be like, yes, finally. It's like finally, the Rock has come. It's gonna be like, man, finally. Like after all of the, after all of the whatevers and the this and the that, and no matter what it looks like right now, I'm telling you, you're about to get a big yes. You are. I say that because I know, So yeah, yeah, man. But and you. I know, like within yourself, you deserve it. You really and truly, you do. You do because your life isn't supposed to be caught up in drama. You're not supposed to be caught up. We look at we look at other people's lives and all of that stuff, and they're like, man, that could man, and how people are so quick to judge and people are so quick to convict you of things. Like seriously, everybody's a detective on the internet now. Everybody has it all figured out. And if you do, great, congratulations. So something I would rather have my peace. Seriously, I would rather have my peace than somebody who has, well, what society would say, oh, they have it all. What if somebody in society, we look at people and we look at their lives and stuff, and we're like, oh, wow, they lived a life, and whatever. But when the cameras are off and all of that stuff, we don't know. Then people have all kind of drama. I'm good, man. I am good, good, good. I really am. I just don't. I don't. Mm-mm. Where did this get? Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, it is, for the spirit again, for the spiritually gifted, for the spiritually chosen, it is a it is tried and true, a very interesting road that we travel, and that we that we travel, that we go down, and all of the things that people call you to your face, behind your back, and the stuff that you got to go through constantly, over and over and over again, and you just like, man, so I don't condone it, but I could kind of understand how people just don't want to deal with it anymore, like I can truly understand, seriously. Somebody asked me, what did they say? They asked me, with who was that, oh, not sure, but yeah, somebody asked me, with everything that's going on in the world, and I forgot how they put it. um how can you still, like, how do you, I guess, how you still maintain, being positive and stuff. It's like, it's again, when because for me, this is every day. This is every, it doesn't stop, doesn't turn off, even when you're sleeping, and you try to go to bed at 11, and you still wake up at 3 or 2 in the morning, and you're like, man, you just, it's just like, all right, well, come on, let's get to it. So it's man, people want, um, a lot of people want what they can and what they're not supposed to have. But when they get it, they understand why they weren't supposed to have it in the first place. Then they learn that lesson, and then they're like, okay, you take it away. Oh, no, no, don't work like that. Oh no, you're in it now. They said, oh, thank you. Yeah, so yeah, you're in the thick of it, man. You're really, you're really and truly, you're in the thick of it. But yeah, this, at times there's the, this for the spiritually gifted, the spiritually chosen. There's nothing cute, there's nothing cute about this journey. There's not. So, people who, I don't understand people who come on here, and um they pretend to be something that they're not, and man, there's a price for that. There's really and truly, there's a price for it. But hey, let's see where this thing is at. But yeah, tis a very interesting, again, man. Tis a very, very, very interesting journey. Is it worth it? Yeah, it is. On the on the flip side of it, it really is. If you can handle it, that's the thing. If you can handle it, everybody, everybody's not, everybody's not able to handle it. And for good reason, and for good measure. And I really and truly understand that. I really do. But yeah, man. And I was thinking earlier, I was like, man, how on earth, like, how did I get myself into this? Like, for real, some of it is just like, man. But it's cool. It's all good. All right, we're jamming. We're jamming with you. We're jamming, and I hope you like jamming too. But yeah, I didn't really. Yeah, that's pretty much. I don't know. I just decided to jump on here and you know just kind of talk for a little bit and see what you guys are up to. What did that say? Profiting. Hmm. But yeah, man, whatever you do, I would say, if you are of the spiritually gifted and the spiritually chosen, and whatever you choose to call yourself, that's your business, and I'll let people debate that over the internet. But just take it a day at a time, man. Give yourself grace. When you need to rest. When it's when the great things really when the grace and the great things start to happen in your life, when you start to see your life transform, be be ye not afraid. There you go. They say count it all joy, for they said joy cometh when in the morning. But yeah, have just know that you deserve it, man. It's so easy to man. It's so easy to get caught up in the woe is me and the interesting stuff of it. But just know that things will change, things will turn around. Late in the midnight hour, it's yeah, things are really shifting. Things are shifting. I felt that. It feels like things are shifting in the atmosphere. Let them play out. Let them play out. It's almost like if you watch sports. I don't know, and let's say whatever it is. You watch sports and it gets physical, and you're like, man, why is the referee not stop? It's like like boxing or whatever it is, contact sport, and it's like let it play out. That's when yeah, man. It's about to get amazingly great. You know, but I hear that song "Amazing Grace," how sweet the sound, and it's going, man. It's going to be sweet. How your life is going to transform and look, and how your life is going to like transform and look, and all of that good stuff. You know, because it's it's really and truly, just really and truly feels like it's happening. Like it's almost like this new. It's you have a new form coming, man. It's almost like a new form for you. A lot of people aren't gonna recognize the new you. They're not. But just know that when this does come for you. Who's that? Oh, I don't know. But yeah. So just know that when this does come for you, and it will come, it will come. When it's your time to shine, shine as brightly as you can, because the world is going to need it. I'm gonna leave you with that. The world is going to need it. You're gonna need it. They said the world didn't give it, and the world can't take it away. So, what? Oh, what did Little Richard said? He said, I'm about, what did he say? Well, Little Richard said something that movie. He said, I'm about to shine, baby. He said, I'm gonna be bigger than Cleopatra. So, you know, that's when that opportunity like comes for you. So just like take advantage of it. Know that you wholeheartedly deserve it. Like in everything. Everything that it comes with. Like and it's going, you know, you're going to be like you're going to be like seriously blown away in the seriousness of it all, because it's gonna get real. It's gonna get it's it's like it's gonna like light, you know, it's almost like you walk in darkness and then you flip a light switch on and then you like, you know, that's it's gonna I'm telling you, man, it's going, you know, but you know, I take my word for it. I don't, you know, but yeah, it's gonna it's gonna be it's gonna be mind blowing. You know, it really and truly will be. That's what that gospel song. It won't always be like this. Sooner or later, sooner or later it'll turn in my favor. It's turning around. Yeah. So, right. Yeah, man. So, yeah. So I think everybody has rolled up on out of this piece, but that's okay though, because we are still here and we are still live, baby. What time is it? It's 6:50. So. All right, man. If no one has anything else, we will say that this meeting is adjourned, and I will catch you guys next time. All right. Peace.